Hey guys, welcome to Comma. My name is Jacob, and I'm the student pastor at Chilhowie Christian Church. Comma is our student ministry there, and so I'm excited that you're joining us tonight. I'm excited to jump into our story. We're going to continue in our series tonight. We took a break last week for Easter, and we talked about Jesus' resurrection and some interactions he had with some people. But tonight, we're going to be back into our series called Jesus Walks, where we're looking at the life of Jesus. And so last week afterwards, I had a lot of you message me and say that you just liked the very simple, short setup that we had, that you got more out of that than doing a full-on live stream with worship and a game and all that. And so I just thought, you know what? Let's just strip it back again and see how it goes. And so let me know if you like this. Let me know if you like the smaller, more intimate kind of setting where I'm just talking with you guys kind of almost like one-on-one here. Let me know what you think about that, or if you prefer doing worship and everything together. Just let me know what you think. But tonight we're going to, again, continue in our series called Jesus Walks. And so this whole series is built on us understanding the life of Christ. It is so important for us as Christians to understand Jesus' life. So many of us only understand or know his name. We know kind of a little bit about his birth and a little bit about his death. And really, we don't know anything in between. What's really hard to follow someone when the only thing you know about them is about a little bit about their birth, death, and their name, right? That's really difficult to follow someone like we're called to do. We're asked to follow, not just know, but to follow and to be like and to look like and act like Jesus. And so that's the whole point in this series. We're looking at his life, and we've walked through a good bit of his life so far in his ministry. And that's where we're going to be tonight. And so I'm excited for this story. I think there's so much, and I think the story is very timely for where we are right now. And so I want to go ahead and jump into this. So if you want to follow along with me, we're going to be in John chapter 4 tonight. John chapter 4, and we're going to be looking at verses 46 through 54. So John chapter 4, verse 46 through 54. Because we're only going over a few verses, I'm going to go ahead and read that. I'd encourage you to read it along with me at home if you got a phone there with a Bible on it, or you have a physical Bible. Go ahead and read along with me here in these verses. So when he came again to Cana in Galilee, where he had made the water wine, and at Capernaum there was an official whose son was ill. When this man heard that Jesus had come from Judea to Galilee, he went to him and asked him to come down to heal his son, for he was at the point of death. So Jesus said to him, "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." The official said to him, "Sir, come down before my child dies." Jesus said to him, "Go, your son will live." The man believed the word that Jesus spoke to him, and he went on his way. As he was going down, his servants met him and told him that his son was recovering. So he asked them the hour when he began to get better. And they said to him, "Yesterday at the 7th hour the fever left him." And the father knew that was the hour when Jesus had said to him, "Your son will live." And he himself believed, and all his household. This was now the second sign that Jesus did when he had come from Judea to Galilee. And so I want to focus in on a few different parts here in this story. Again, I said earlier, this is a timely story. And the reason it's a timely story is because of Jesus' response to this man. So this father comes to Jesus, and he is upset. His son is not just sick, but is probably going to die. And obviously, that's traumatizing, right? To be in that place. And so he is terrified, and he's coming to Jesus, and he says, "I want you to come with me, come back to my house and heal my son." And listen to Jesus' response. It sounds a little brutal. He says, "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." That's Jesus' response to a man who comes to him and says, "My son is at the point of death, and I need you to heal him." And again, listen to that. "Unless you see signs and wonders, you will not believe." And listen to the official's response. "Sir, come down before my child dies." And Jesus said to him, "Go, your son will live." And so here's what is important here, and this is what I want us to take away from this story. These people, specifically this guy who Jesus is talking about here, he says that without signs and wonders, you don't even believe. Without seeing me actively working and seeing me doing things, you don't believe. And he's begging Jesus, come back and heal my son. Not say the word and my son will be healed, but come back to where my son is and heal him there. And so he's again wanting to see signs and wonders, and that's the only way he's really going to believe. But Jesus is frustrated with this, and he says, go. I'm not coming with you. Go, and your son will live. And it says that the man believed the word that Jesus spoke to him, and he went on his way. And his son ended up recovering, and his son ended up being okay, and it happened at the hour that this man and Jesus spoke. Here's why this is such a timely story for us. Is because right now there's so many of us who are probably asking the question, where is Jesus? Right? We're afraid. Some of us have family members, we have friends who are sick, or we have people who are really struggling right now with so many different things. A lot of it due to this virus and being on lockdown, people losing jobs, people losing their retirements, so many things happening, school getting canceled, and seniors missing out on so many things. And maybe you're asking the question, well, where is Jesus? Here's why this is timely. It's because Jesus said, you must see signs and wonders to believe. But what Jesus wanted him to believe was his word. Jesus wanted him to believe not just in what he could do for them right then and there, but believe that he would do what he said he was going to do. And so right now, again, you may be asking, well, where is Jesus? And I get it. It's easy to be asking that question right now, where is Jesus? Because I feel that sometimes. But we've got to remind ourselves that he has promised us so much. And it may not seem like it, and we may be begging him to show up and show us that he's doing things, show us what he's doing through all this. But we've just got to trust that he's using this situation, that he's using the craziness of this for a purpose. Not only for a purpose, but he's working it out for the good of those who love him. We're told that in Romans. He's doing things right now, and we've got to trust his word. Not just trust in the visual things that he may be doing in our lives or in the lives of those around us, but we've got to trust his word. And where do we find the things that he's promised us? We find them right here in Scripture. And he's promised us so many things. He's promised us to never forsake us. He's promised us to never leave us. He's promised us that he will always love us, that nothing could take us from his hand. Like, he has promised us so many things. And we've got to trust his word. Even sometimes when we don't see him working and we don't see him actively doing things in our lives or in the lives of the people around us. Maybe you are seeing those things, and that's great right now. But there's a lot of people who aren't seeing those things. And we've got to do just as Jesus told this man, to go and your son will live. Go and believe what I've told you. Believe my word. Don't just believe what you see me doing. Believe my word. So I hope you're encouraged by that tonight. I know it's short. I just wanted to jump on and encourage you with that. I know so many of you are struggling with so many different things. But I want you to know, believe in his word. Trust in his promises. Not just because of what you see him doing in your life or in the lives of those around you, but trust in his promises and trust in his word. Thanks so much for joining in tonight, and I hope that you have an awesome week. I'm missing all of you like crazy. If you're new and this is something, you're just now being part of Comma or being part of our online community, I want to say so glad that you're part of this. Listen, regardless of whether you've ever been to Comma before in person, you are as much a part of our family as anybody. So if you are wanting to be part of our family, you want to know some more information about Comma, about what we do, about getting plugged in with small groups. There's going to be small groups happening right after this. Shoot us a message on Instagram. I'll reach out to you and let you know about where you can get plugged in and even find some places for you to be volunteering. So you guys need to be watching out for announcements regardless of whether you're new or not. There's going to be some announcements coming this week and next week about some opportunities for you to serve and to volunteer and some things that are going to be happening with your group. So again, be watching out for those things. Be watching out for some more videos that are going to be coming this week. I love you guys. I am missing you like crazy. But again, I hope you have an awesome week. And we'll see you again sometime soon in another video.